For the final day of Sam's Game Room launch week, I'm playing Felix the Cat on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Jammin'.
Felix the Cat was released in 1992, right at the tail end of the Nintendo Entertainment System's lifespan. The fact that this game was released at all is kinda odd. There were no Felix cartoons in regular syndication at the time, and there weren't any new movies released. The decision to make a game based off the Felix the Cat IP in 1992 is rather baffling. The best conclusion I can come to is that this is loosely based off Felix the Cat the movie, though that came out in 1988, 4 years before this game. It should also be noted that Felix the Cat the movie is widely regarded as a steaming pile of a film, and if there's two adjectives you don't want describing your film, it's steaming and pile. Thankfully, Felix the Cat for the NES retains none of the movie's steaming or pile-like qualities, and is instead an excellent game. You control Felix through 9 levels as you attempt to rescue your girlfriend from a mad scientist who really wants to steal your magical bag. That's actually the entire story. I even looked up the instruction manual online to confirm. But let's be honest, in an 8-bit platformer, the story really doesn't matter. The core mechanic behind this game is your magic level. You start at the lowest level with only an extending boxing glove to protect yourself. Pick up one heart icon and you move up to a top hat and a cane that allow you to shoot out stars to surround yourself and hurt enemies. Because why not? Collect another heart, and you gain a car, whose horn kills enemies with the power of onomatopoeia! Finally, a third heart will give you a tank that fires bouncing, angry-faced shells. This game is kind of weird. Every heart after that will give you a 1-up. Each of these magic levels also allows you to take one extra hit. For example, if you only have the boxing glove, 1 hit will kill you. If you have the tank, you can take 3 hits and then another hit will kill you. Falling into a pit, however, will spell instant death no matter what. Once you've leveled up your magic, you must keep an eye on the hearts at the top left of the screen. These will slowly run out over time, and once they reach 0, you level down. You can keep the meter up, however, by collecting milk bottles which restore the hearts. The control in this game is fantastic. It can be a little on the slippery side at times, but you rarely will feel like the controls were the reason you lost a life. Felix the Cat plays wonderfully. Platforming is a breeze and the attacks have just the right amount of range and just the right amount of increase in effectiveness as you power up for your magic level. The levels in Felix are pretty straightforward, most just require you to get to the end, but occasionally you'll fight a boss. There are several variations on the basic levels, such as ice levels, flying levels, or swimming levels. The worst of these levels are the boat levels. You bob around a lot and there's a current, making smooth control and accurate shooting quite difficult. You also only have one magic level, the Dolphin, so you can only take a max of 1 hit in these levels before you die. Most levels have a hidden magic bag which you can enter. Usually, there will be 1 heart icon and some milk bottles in each one, so it's a good place to restock. The boss levels are very simple, and you shouldn't have much trouble beating most of them. Felix the Cat has some pretty wimpy enemies. It's one of those games where avoiding them becomes the norm after you've played for a little while. Few enemies will actually seek you out or fire projectiles. Most just move back and forth. To compensate for this, the game places enemies in positions that make platforming more challenging, so it isn't a total cakewalk. Also, there are just enough of the tougher enemies to keep the stages from being boring. A nifty secret in this game that you might not catch on to, some of the clouds are shaped like the professor in your girlfriend's head. If you jump past some of the clouds shaped like your girlfriend's head, you get bonus points. If you attack some of the professor clouds, they'll drop 1-up. So while overall this is a great title for your NES, it does have some less than stellar points. As previously mentioned, some water levels are frustrating. Also, the game does start to feel a little repetitive after long periods of time, partially because it's a pretty easy game once you figure it out, and especially once you get to the highest magic level. One of the main downsides though has got to be the price. Be prepared to pay about $60 for card only, and double that if it's complete. I traded my spare Sega CD for this game, so that really says something. Whether that something is about Felix the Cat or the Sega CD, that's up to you. Well, that's Felix the Cat on the NES, an unexpected gem that's definitely worth a try. Thanks for sticking around for Sam's Game Room Launch Week. I really hope you liked what you saw and will continue to come back every week for new reviews. And don't forget, just because it says new video every Thursday, doesn't mean that there'll only be one video per week, so keep an eye on the Sam's Game Room social media pages for updates. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Onomatopoeia.